Especially with Wayne County Speed Shop and Mopar as our sponsor.
Scott Jeffrey on the Dodge Standard Bearer is justifiably excited about off-season progress.
For Mopar and the guys from Wayne County, I'll tell you, they've been working so hard over this winter, and we've been putting some good mile an hour up on the scoreboard this weekend. We're enjoying it, I'll tell you.
But wait, what about the Johnsons and their legendary horsepower? Son Kurt is confident.
Oh, they're going to have a problem with the Oldsmobiles, I believe.
1992 and 93, Winston champion Warren Johnson is a realist. Or is he?
Got to do whatever you have to do to win these things.
What about Darrell Alderman?
Who?
Darrell Alderman. At the first race of the season, it was as scripted. Dodge and Oldsmobile, Darrell and Warren taking the win. But wait, 2 weeks ago in Phoenix, Alderman dusts Kurt in the semis and heads for a second final.
Would you like a little revenge on Warren Johnson for 2 weeks ago?
I tell you what I'd like. I'd like for Scott Jeffrey on to win this next round and did an all-Mopar final.
Can wishes come true? Not according to Warren.
I never heard of a dreaded Dodge. It's dreaded Oldsmobiles.
You're going to handle him? Probably. Not so fast.
There's one of these deals. This particular track seems to be favoring the bow-tie Chryslers over there. We lost, but there's a whole bunch more races left.
Talk about wishes coming true, an all-Dodge final. Scott won it, and in doing so launched another salvo in the Pro Stock war. Today, it's the third stop of the 18-event, $19 million Winston Championship Tour. Welcome, everyone, to coverage of the professional classes from the 7th Annual Slick 50 Nationals presented by Western Auto from Houston Raceway Park near Houston, Texas. It is an absolutely incredible race day here at Houston Raceway Park, and the weather has allowed tens of thousands of fans to jam the pit area. Boy, are they having a good time. Hi, everybody. I'm Dave McClelland, and I'll tell you, we did not get the performance in Pro Stock we anticipated. No 6-second elapsed time, but we did get the quickest field in the history of the sport with a bump spot of 7.154 seconds. In Top Fuel, we have a new national record working for elapsed time, and there's been lots of entertainment in Funny Car as well. For more on the story in Pro Stock, here's my good pal, Steve Evans.
Dave, the days of the fans really whooping it up for Pro Stock are back. Only it's not Fords and Chevys they're cheering for now. It's Dodges and Oldsmobiles. And here in Houston, we saw a repeat of Phoenix in qualifying with the Dodges on top. Jeffrey on number 1, followed by Alderman. The Johnson family in the 3rd and 4th spot, Warren and his son Kurt, respectively. They also, as you can see, occupy the top 4 spots in the Winston points list. Now, here's the deal. In a few minutes, they run round number 2. If they all 4 survive it, they meet head-to-head Dodge versus Oldsmobile in the semifinals. Earlier today, right after round 1, I talked to all 4 players in this drama.
Here, we're running right with them. In fact, I had low ET first round here, so we're looking real good. We had the top speed of the first round, so I think both cars are operating probably on an equal playing field here. They've got a lot more power than they had last year, and it's just up to us to work on some of that for ourselves.
Nothing personal.
No.
Well, there's 2 operations out there that are making a little bit more power than the other cars, and it's 2 Jeeps and 2 excellent Oldsmobiles. Everybody know what X stands for. Yeah. But now we're lucky enough to have our chassis combination figured out, able to apply the power to the racetrack, so we're just a little bit ahead of everybody else.
Coming back after 2 years, was there any driver you wanted to beat more than Warren Johnson?
I really wanted to prove that, you know, we could still run with Warren. Yeah, I'd have to say Warren Johnson was one I'd like to beat, but I like to beat anybody that's in the other lane.
We're just out there racing the racetrack. We're not racing the Johnsons.
You worked for one at one time.
I sure did, but that was a long time ago, and I've forgotten about it.
Dave, I'm going to play PA announcer of old. How many of you want the Oldsmobiles to win? Yeah! How many for Dodge? Yeah! Here's Bob Fry with a story on the Nitro classes.
Steve, I guess from the results of your informal poll, we ought to rename Houston Dodge City. Well, let me tell you, the big news in the fuel pit area is this car right here, and the driver, Scott Coletta. Earlier today in round number 1, Scott ran the quickest elapsed time in the history of drag racing when he put down a 4.72 to win in the first round of competition.
Awesome. Dick told me it was going to do that yesterday, and it went out there and smoked the tires in about half track, and I had to use a little bit of brake, and then it burned up, and 72 is awesome. I told him, he asked me what I wanted to run in Houston, what we thought it would take, and I said, well, between 72 and 74. He said, okay, that's what I thought too. Hopefully we can keep it up.
I'll be down on the starting line a little bit later on today talking to the crew chiefs, but right now, let's go talk to the guy that's making Scott Coletta's car run those big numbers. This is Dick LaHaye. Dick, you've got one leg up on the national record. Are you thinking record or thinking win the race?
Well, we always think about winning the race, but you got to take it one round at a time. And that's our main objective right now, is to just win the next round. And these cars are running on such a fine line that anything can happen. You know, if an ant crawled across the track and you run over it, it could spin the tires. So, you know, it would just be, you know, devastating to do this, but, you know, we just have to keep it running as quick as we can.
If you run over that ant, you're going to get over him in a hurry, aren't you?
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
Won't be a good day for the ant. Might not be a good day for the rest of the cars in Top Fuel either.
You're absolutely right, Bob. The Scott and Dick team has come on strong. The 1994 NHRA Slick 50 Nationals presented by Western Auto is being brought to you by new advanced high-tech formula Quaker State Motor Oil. It's formulated for today's high-tech engines. And by Allied Signals Autolite Spark Plugs. Guaranteed for 2 years, no matter how far you go. Here come Kurt Johnson and Ricky Smith. It's almost time for Pro Stock round number 2 when we come back.